What's up everyone, Liam here, and welcome back to another video. It is currently now Wednesday morning, which means by the time you're watching this video, session 12 will already have been uploaded. In session 12, I completed the bin shot challenge. If you haven't checked that video out already, I recommend you go and give it a watch and try out the bin challenge yourself. And remember, if you do take part in the bin shot challenge, make sure you record your attempt and make sure to send it to me on my socials, which will be my Facebook page, Liam Davis Coaching, and my Instagram, which is at Liam the Soccer Coach. I did mention my Facebook page in the last video, but if you haven't gone to check that out already, I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Make sure you give that page a like, and I'll be uploading some sneak peeks of the videos on that page. But anyway, moving on to today's session. I've had a few DMs on Instagram and messages on Facebook asking about when there's going to be a video based on shooting. So today I thought I would try and figure out how I can complete a shooting session on my own, which means that you can also complete that session yourself at your home. So it's time for me to go and get set up for today's session, and then we're going to get straight into it. So to start with, I'm going to set out my warm-up for today's session, and like in previous videos, I'm going to be using 6 cones for the warm-up, and we're then going to be using those 6 cones in our activity, meaning that the equipment list for today is just 1 ball and 6 cones. But as I set out the warm-up, we're going to get straight into it. So to start with, I'm going to do 4 jogging lengths as I usually would to start off the warm-up, as again, like I mentioned in previous videos, this jogging is just a good way of easing ourselves in with a light pace and just making sure that our muscles are prepared for the rest of the warm-up. After our jogging lengths, we're going to go straight into some side steps. Again, the pace isn't going to be too intense, but we're just going to slowly warm ourselves up, ready to get into the activity. As my dog now appears to join us in the warm-up, I'm going to go straight into some heel flicks, and we're going to complete another 4 lengths of these heel flicks. And again, just like the side steps and the jogging, the pace isn't going to be too intense, but like I've mentioned, we're just going to slowly ease ourselves into the session and make sure that we're warmed up and prepared to take on the activity. After we've finished our heel flicks, I'm going to go straight into some lunges, and we're going to complete 2 lengths full of lunges. For each lunge, we're going to hold it for 3 seconds, meaning that we're stretching our muscles properly and we're warming ourselves up in the correct way. So now that I've warmed up without the ball, I'm going to go straight into a little warm-up with the ball, and I'm going to start by dribbling in and out with the cones using both feet for a total of 4 lengths. Doing a warm-up with the ball as well as without the ball means that I'm not only warming up my muscles, but I'm warming up my feet and getting used to the surface that I'm playing on. As if I was to just go straight into the activity without using the ball at all, I might not have the best touch and I might not get the best results from the activity. Straight after the 4 lengths with both feet, we're going to do 2 lengths with just our left foot. And following on from doing 2 lengths with just our left foot, I'm going to switch over and do another 2 lengths but just with my right foot, meaning that we've now warmed up both feet together and then we've warmed up both feet individually. So we've used all parts of our feet and we're ready to go straight into today's activity. So as requested by many of you, it is time for us to take part in the shooting session called Turn and Shoot. It's going to test your reaction time and also your accuracy of shooting, and being able to use the small space in your own garden, we can now take part in a shooting session to improve our shooting skills. So I'm going to start off by using 2 of my goals, 2 sides of my garden. If you don't have goals at home, you can replicate this with cones, as I'm going to do later on in a session. We're going to face away from the goal, and when somebody else calls shoot, we then have to turn and shoot in one of the goals. Here you can see me from a different angle. Shooting in the other goal, I can turn around as quickly as possible and take the shot off. Here you can see me now setting out cones in 2 different gates, which is much more realistic for an activity that you can complete at home. We're going to set out 2 different gates, and what you'll see from this angle now is that I actually change one of the gates to a different colour, so I'm able to tell between the 2 colours. And this time, instead of someone calling shoot, instead they're going to call a colour. So I have a green gate and a blue gate, so now that I'm facing away from the goal, if somebody shouts a colour, for example blue, I then have to shoot in the blue gate. So moving on to level 2, now we are going to narrow each gate so there is a smaller gap to shoot in. This time that we have to turn around and shoot, that means we have to be more accurate with our shooting. So for example, if someone shouts blue, I have to turn around and I have a smaller space to shoot at. Once we completed level 2, we move on to level 3, whereby the gates get even more narrow. And this time we have to be as accurate as possible when we turn, so we can take longer if need be. Someone shouts green, I have to turn around, choose my time to shoot and be as accurate as I possibly can. Someone shouts blue, I turn around to the other side and shoot there. A bonus round for this game is that instead of having 2 gates, we just have 1 gate of 1 colour. And when you're not looking, the person can change the position of that gate. This time, because there's only 1 gate, they can shout shoot, and you might not know where that gate is. So on your screen now, a list of rules for this activity are going to appear. Firstly, you can take 3 shots for each round, and you keep tallying up your score for how many shots that are accurate. There are going to be a total of 12 shots if you complete all 4 rounds, that being 3 levels and the bonus round. The player must face away from the goal and only turn when someone shouts either shoot or shouts a colour of a gate. And then for the bonus round, someone else has to move the position of the gate. So for example, if you're turning away from the goal, somebody comes and moves that gate so that when they shout shoot, you do not know where the position of that gate is. So moving on to our warm down, and because our activity was quite advanced and quite intense, we're going to do a really light paced warm down. We're going to set out a square of 4 cones. We're going to start by jogging forward, sidestepping across, jogging backwards and sidestepping again. We're going to repeat this for a total of 3 squares. The reason we are completing this light warm down is that so we're not going straight from a high intensity activity straight into a rest, as this may cause us injuries. After our 3 squares are complete, we're going to start by lunging forward, holding each lunge, and then we're going to walk across, and then we're going to kick backwards to the front of our square. And we're going to repeat this once again so that we complete a total of 2 squares. Once I walk back across and complete my second square, I am simply going to walk around the square and stretch my arms, meaning that we've stretched not only our legs, but also our arms too, and making sure that we're not causing any injuries at all. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed today's session and that you managed to gain as many benefits from it as possible. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave it a like. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel for more content over the next few weeks. And also make sure to get onto my social media pages, that being my Facebook, which is Liam Davis Coaching, and my Instagram page, which is @LiamTheSoccerCoach. But I'll leave the links to them in the description down below. And if you take part in any of my sessions and have any footage of you completing my activities, make sure to tag me in your clips on my social media, and I'll make sure to share those clips for you, because the main goal of these videos for me is to re-engage you all with football, help you test your skills and also improve your skills during lockdown, and for the main goal, of course, to have fun, because the main part of football is that you get together with your friends to play every week and that you have fun all the time. So for me, if we can get you all back together and help you enjoy football again, that will be a success. But for now, I will see you all in the next video.